kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Man, I got you. Real right, 22.
Stafford on first down. Throw left side, taken in by Galladay. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. A look at Kerryon Johnson, second-year man out of Auburn. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 29 yards, first down. Got to give a nod of appreciation to some of those guys up front over on that left side. Several key blocks sprung him.
No appreciation for the guys from the backside that didn't allow any leakage and getting back and running down from the backside.
They're at the kids' table.
Okay, so front side guys, good. Yeah. Backside guys,
man,
that's what you're supposed to do?
I've had better.
Okay, either way, worked out quite well, didn't it? A nice sizable gain.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Throwing again. Stafford. This is Riddick on the screen. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Here's Stafford. James has it. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
Hey, I'm set. Blue 60. Right now, let's go. I got one. Kill.
A shotgun snap for Stafford. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Stafford to Jones, enough for a Lion first down.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in the paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Kenny Galladay, the intended receiver. But now it'll be 3rd down. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays, I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight...
Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He's coming off a 3-interception performance last week, so certainly not how he wanted to start here.
Not at all, but this is where a quarterback gets tested. This is where we find out what he has underneath that jersey. Because he had a bad game last week. Can he shake off a bad start to this one and start to perform at the level he expects?
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. On second down, here's Smith. And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
I can't help it. Every time I see Eric Berry make a play, as we just saw him make a tackle there, I just want to stand up and applaud.
Because he went to Tennessee like you?
Well, that doesn't hurt one bit, but how about the comeback? I mean, he came back from beating cancer and getting back to Pro Bowl level, one of the best players in the game.
From the gun on third down, Mahomes. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 89 yards. And the Chiefs are going to take a first-quarter lead. The extra point up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. So here come the Lions now. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. To throw again, Stafford. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Frank Clark fighting his way home to get the sack. He probably feels like he cannot get a break. He was sacked 7 times last week. And here we go again in the first quarter.
And we always talk about the internal clock of a quarterback in the pocket and how he has to have a real keen sense of it in order to get rid of the football. After being sacked 7 times last week, that clock has been sped up.
That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Here's Sam Martin now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. Watch out for Hill on the return. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 43. Now it's Smith running right. Credit the tackle to Darius Slay.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
On 2nd down, it's Smith, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. The tally there, minus 2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
Let's get it.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. He is going to find Hill here. He had the touchdown on the opening drive. Now he's got a first down. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he's got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Here we go again. Hey, 43, 15.
A first down carry for Smith. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line.
As I watch that play unfold, stereotypes were being broken left and right. As a corner, you're often back there guarding against the pass. But how about that diagnosis and read and getting into the backfield and making a nice play and a tackle?
Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. And the return will stop right around the 25.
Well, Brandon, there's no question who they're going to look to on 3rd and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so they're getting blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
A reminder coming up tonight, a tough ticket in New Orleans. The Cowboys in town to take on the Saints on Sunday Night Football. And tomorrow night, Charles and I, we go to Pittsburgh. Bengals and Steelers, two teams, well, they don't like each other very much. That's well documented. That starts at 8:15 Eastern as we close out the month of September. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. A throw for Galladay is going to be intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Wells. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Call that a very strong gain of 24. They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop. We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without it.
And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Chiefs add on to their lead. The point after is good, and it's now 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
And Detroit getting set to go now. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of...
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Darren Lee picks it. And he's got some space here. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick-6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go.
Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
To throw again on 2nd down. Stafford, and it's caught here. Amendola. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now it's Stafford. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
But you're going to tell me good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Now Stafford. Looking downfield for Jones. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Now, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
At their own 20-yard line.
And now here comes Kansas City. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4.
51 from Mike, boys. 51.
To throw, it's Mahomes.
That push was laughing at me. That was that.
He'll have a 1st down past the 40. Mahomes can
the push he was laughing under.
Nimble too as he scrambles for a 1st down. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Are you playing this shit right now?
A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jarrad Davis. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. They find some open field here. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Nah, I threw that shit for like, this nigga had like 350 receiving yards.
The final shot before the break. Stanford.
I don't even know these niggas.
And this is caught at the 20. And this will set them up nicely deep down in KC territory. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Chiefs on top as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, ready for the start of the 3rd quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36.
Like 69 or 23. Nah, that nigga sucked though. Like I ain't even want to play that shit. That shit was bad.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line.
65. Hey, 43, 15.
They go play fake. Mahomes. He's got the first down and more past midfield. The extra effort.
What's going on with your name?
Makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Oh, an absolutely filthy joke. He's got some space now. A gain of 37.
This is one of those plays that could go either way, but we've seen the influence of the college game now in the NFL, where we're seeing more and more of these plays run, and that one went for a big gain.
So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Patrick Mahomes scoring on the 2-yard keeper. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead. He doesn't need a lot of space for an electric run. He showed that there. Heck, they told us this week they were hoping he would break a big one. He just did.
And what did his offensive, remember we talked with the offensive line, and one of the guys, one of the stalwarts said, I don't even have to make a great block for him. If I just breathe bad breath on the guy in front of me, often that opens up enough space for him to go.
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
I would think as a play caller, you want to look for some quick hitters to your tight end. Any type of a route to replace where that linebacker was. Because when you saw the speed with which he reacted and stuffed that play, maybe use that speed against him in the future.
Here's Stafford. It's caught. Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 49-yard line. Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. And Johnson dinged up a bit. Still down. Hopefully nothing serious. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Let him know.
Out of the gun, Stafford. And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. Anthony Hitchens came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation.
Check.
From the gun, here's Stafford. And he's going to go down again. Jerry Hughes able to record his 5th sack of the season.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. And here now the punter, Martin, booming this one away.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 11-yard line.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 11. Trying to get the run game going. Here's Smith. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
Now Carlos Hyde in the game. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
I'm coming after you.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Looking downfield for Kelsey. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line. Kelsey, the intended receiver there. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break, taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Detroit. Kerryon Johnson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And thanks to the interception, the Lions offense cashes in with 6. Prater for the extra point. And it's now a 28-7 ball game. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. That's fielded in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 24. They'll toss it to Smith. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Smith. He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
All day, every day, any day. Check 15.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. On 2nd down now, it's Smith. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
And sometimes things come together exactly like you want. It's not just been the volume of carries he's had in this contest. It's been the production as well.
Yellow, I've got blue lady. Be a long day for you.
On first down, Smith. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. He'll get 5 out of the keeper, but now it's third down.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for with a defensive end?
Well, you want to play off of what he does. If he collapses inside towards the running back, then you pull it and take it yourself outside in. If he stays outside, you go ahead and leave it with the running back. In this case, pulled it and got good yardage himself.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And the Lions are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 15. They begin the drive with Johnson. And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Second and 5 now. Stafford throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Tre'Davious White, the LSU man, there to knock it away that time. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and
the Chiefs are going to get him. Anthony Hitchens picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here's Hill on the return. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Chiefs in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10.
Hey, 57 colors, 57 colors.
They'll run on 1st down. Smith. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Check safety.
They go back to the ground with Smith. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
And he is able to take this way down into Detroit territory. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So he nearly took it the distance, gets him down inside the 10 for a 1st and goal.
I'd love to be in his head right now, because is he rewarding himself for a great run, or is he kicking himself because he didn't get all the way to the goal line?
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5.
Watch the slant. Hey, Mike 51, Mike 51. Come on.
They'll try the air now with Smith. Sliding out of the pocket. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd and goal now as they look to add a few more points here onto their total.
Right here, guys. Fight 51, Mike 51. 3 bud, 3 bud, 3 bud.
And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. First and second down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's 3rd and 18. They need something big. Now Mahomes. Steps away to his left. Mahomes hit. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And Butker able to put this one through. And that will extend the lead out to 24. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know, in this league, you can never have enough points. But this widens it out, as you said. And now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Mike. Set. 40 got. 40 got. Blue 60. Switch. Get on.
Now a 10th carry for Johnson. Tackle made there by Frank Clark.
I think if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the gun, Stafford. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Then his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Kendall Fuller. Fights loose. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. Count them now, 6 interceptions between last week and this week. Now, the 3 picks last week helped them to a win. They're in the driver's seat once more.
And they're the ones that are doing all the leading, aren't they? Right? The 3 interceptions last week, that led to a victory. 3 interceptions so far in this game, that has them out in front. We often think of the offense driving things. In this case, it's the defense, not just holding teams, but creating big plays for themselves.
Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
Mahomes going to throw it here. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Now here's Mahomes. And Hill with it over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Mahomes now on first down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Rashawn Melvin. And he'll bring it all the way back just a yard or 2 shy of midfield. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. One last throw here for Stafford. Caught on the right side by Jones. And And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. So this one in the win column for Kansas City. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
No, without question. When you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you? It's rare that you force 4 turnovers and lose a ball game. That's almost unheard of. They carried this one home. You talk about celebrating with each other and being in a position where going forward, all you think about is, let's get 5 next time. They're going to be on